not admitted without parents or guardian. Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian. Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian.
Sleek, fierce, savage, deadly. The piranha. For centuries, nature's most ferocious killer. Until now. The new breed is here. Faster, more ferocious, and infinitely more deadly. Piranha 2.
It's tremendous jaw pressure. It's sure to clean me through bone in places.
It's here. It's alive. And it's multiplying.
We spliced in genes from different species to create the ultimate killer organism.
It lives in the depths of the sea, but it can strike anywhere.
Loretta! Loretta, what happened?
A super breed of killer fish that can swim, fly, and attack at any time. They bred the ultimate killing machine. Now, you're not safe out of the water. Piranha 2, Flying Killers.
Another true story on tonight's Drive-In Asylum double feature. We're going to show you two true stories.
Yeah.
The first being, of course, Piranha 2, the greatest flying piranha movie that James Cameron never directed.
If you're here to learn about science tonight, you're watching the wrong show. We got a movie where fish that supposedly can fly and a movie where octopus don't really have tentacles. But that's okay. We got a whole bunch of stuff for you.
That's probably the grossest error in tonight's program is the fact that they called the movie Tentacles and octopuses don't have them. So whatever.
It's too bad Neil deGrasse Tyson wasn't out there when this came out, because he would have been like, "Excuse me, everybody, I want to talk to you about tentacles." And they'd be like, "No, we get it. Don't ruin our fun, Neil."
Anyway, the first movie on tonight's program is Piranha 2. Call it The Spawning, call it Flying Killers.
Flying fish, what have you.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
It's your bag, baby. We'll listen to whatever you want to say about Piranha 2, as long as it's good. I love this movie. I'm not going to lie. It's ridiculous.
Me too.
It's kind of stupid, but you know what? I think this is a early bonding movie. I remember we were talking about movies once, and you're like, "Do you like Piranha 2?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I definitely do."
Yeah, I was looking up ads for tonight's show, and I found an old post that I made. Like what? Scream Factory's putting Piranha 2 out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And I think we both got a little wet over that.
I'm sure we did. I sprouted little wings like Submariner on my legs, and I flew around the room.
I love the way they fly. You know what? This movie, I have to admit, the first time I saw this movie, I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is terrible, because it's, Piranha is an amazing film. It's just superlative in every imaginable way. So how could you compete with something like this? Was almost like Howling 2 level disappointment to me. But once again, I went back to it years later, and I was like, this really isn't that bad. And especially after seeing all those Sci-Fi Channel movies that came out for so long, where literally there's CGI, you can make anything happen. No, this movie didn't have that. This was actual practical effects, flying fucking piranha. and it's amazing. I think that made this movie better.
They look disgusting, which helps. Like, there's no sympathy for the monsters in this movie. You're like, burn them all, like kill them all. Like, no one's gonna feel bad for the piranha. Also, as a child, I had the worst fear of piranha. Why? Where would I ever encounter a piranha, Bill?
In your pool, Sam.
I know. Like, did someone leave? Well, in my bathtub, if we're to believe Devil Times 5, aka People Toys, that I could just be in there and a little kid would come in and dump one in. But I was so afraid of piranha because anytime you saw them in a movie, they didn't just swim around. Like, they reduced whatever they ate to just like bones and gristle.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Like, more afraid of piranhas than sharks. Because like shark was like so big, I couldn't wrap my little kid mind around it. A piranha is like this big. So I'm like, okay. And it's all teeth and it's horrifying. Now let's put wings on it. Now I can't just get out of the water. It's going to fly out of the water after me. Oh.
This wasn't even like, they weren't even piranha anymore in this movie. Technically, they're just sort of like this weird experiment, this animal that they've created by splicing genes together. And Steve Marichuk explains the whole thing.
Early in my, well, not early, about 15 years ago, before I married Becca, I was dating a scientist, and she was like experimenting on ants and like how their brains worked. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you cutting apart these ants? Bill met her at a party once, and Bill said, that's the most boring girl I've ever met. You need to break up with her.
I love how many times you tell me this story, and I never remember.
One of my favorite stories, you're like, you need to get away from her. And she was actually very nice, but yeah, a little boring. And you're like, you need to get away from her. You deserve better. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, do you mean this one or one of the other many?
You sure I wasn't kidding? You know how I say things.
No, you said a lot of stuff. It was good. But yeah. So piranha, a big worry. I saw that Paul Workmeister said quicksand, another big worry. Killer bees, a third worry. Yeah, a lot of things to worry about in my childhood. King Kong attacking the U.S.
Also naturally.
Yeah, but King Kong wasn't even real. But piranha are real, right? So like we know they exist. And they would show up on stuff like Speed Racer. Do you know what I mean? Like there'd be like, he'd have to like jump over a pool of piranha or something, like something like that with his Mach 5. So it was like very real. Yeah, Laura said it's ironic that Sam is afraid of piranhas, now has Cubby as a pet. Do you know how many times Cubby bites me? Like
just imagine if there was a school of Cubby all around you.
Oh my God. He the cutest thing though. He has, he has a crib now. I don't know if anyone Now Becca went to IKEA and got him a baby pillow. So this morning when we woke up, he was sleeping on his pillow like this, just all curled up. I said, God, is he cute? So I went to pet him and he went, I was like, oh, never mind. Oh, well. What can you do?
Kill that Matt. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, that track was something that I really did used to spin when I was a DJ in the late 90s. Liberty City. This
movie starts off right. A couple takes off their scuba equipment to make love inside a sunken ship.
I know.
Right? Like, and you're like, oh, this is a slasher now? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it just gets wild.
Well, the first thing I thought when I saw that, I was like, she's going to have to swim back up naked.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not going to have her suit when she surfaces.
Yeah. And then it's got like the opening credits look like something out of a James Bond ripoff. And then we're off to the races. And I saw someone said in the chat, like, this is a ripoff of a Jaws ripoff. But yet it goes so wild that you're like, really? Like, this is where we're taking in this. Like this is like the 12th movie of Piranha, but yet the second. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they skipped over all the other ones, and they're like, okay.
You wouldn't be more shocked if they didn't get on a satellite and the fish were floating around the satellite in space. Like, it really goes for it. And you know what? Because I think back in the day, it's like with this, and you mentioned The Howling too. Like, people didn't know how many. It's not like today where like we're going to get 15 sequels out of this in a Netflix series. Like back then, we're like, we got 2 for the second one. Let's make them fly. Like, screw it.
Yeah,
it's
crazy. This Miller, sorry, let me collect my thoughts. This movie was actually originally supposed to be directed by Miller Drake, who worked for Roger Corman, and Miller Drake's idea of what the story might be was that Kevin McCarthy's character would come back.
Yeah.
And that he would be, somehow have survived, and he'd be like all piranha bitten, and he would be plotting an even greater form of revenge by breeding piranha that could fly.
Yeah.
So that was one possible story. The other one was Dr. Mengers was going to come back, but Barbara Steele was busy, so she couldn't do it.
She's like, this movie is beneath me. Of all the things I've done in my career, this movie is beneath me. She was a producer by this point. She knew it was up.
I think that was the last time she worked for a long time.
Yeah.
Was Silent Scream. Might have been the last thing she did for many years.
She
wasn't up for Piranha 2. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, no. She personally called. She didn't even let her agent do it. She's like, I will handle this. No, to Piranha 2.
Yeah.
They did get Trisha O'Neill, though, from Are You in the House Alone? So there's that.
Right, yeah. So there are some people in this movie.
Oh, I mean, Lance Henriksen, of course. We watched this, Becca and I watched this together years ago, and I said, boy, he looks really young in this movie. And Becca's like, Lance Henriksen has never been young. He's always been, and she couldn't think of an adjective, and she said, kind of leathery. And I think that's probably a good way to describe a leathery Lance Henriksen. But he became friends. I think he and James Cameron maybe bonded a little bit with this, huh?
Yeah, they almost died in a helicopter crash.
Yeah.
And James Cameron was filming while it happened, and he dropped his camera into the ocean, and it was never recovered.
Oh my God. This was not the days of like, he dropped his iPhone and it was a couple $100. This is
yeah.
a lot.
I mean, that had to have been probably like most of the film's budget.
Yeah.
Diary days, I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
James Cameron's relationship to this movie is very strange. I mean, I guess he used to say that he never directed it, and now he's saying that he did, but he didn't really, but he still considers it his first film, because I mean, I think one version goes is that he only worked on this for like 5 days.
Yeah. And this is where he had a nightmare one night sleeping and came up with Terminator, supposedly. Like he was like, and did he fall asleep watching an episode of The Outer Limits? Maybe 2 episodes of The Outer Limits, and came up with the idea. I guess the other story, I'm sure you heard this, was Cameron learned he was just there to follow Essenitis' orders, and he wasn't allowed to see or edit the footage, and even broke into the editing room to make his own cut.
Yeah, like for every night for a week or something, he broke into the editing studio and he cut his own version of the movie. And, of course, that wasn't anything that Ovidio Assayas wanted to use. I guess he just wanted somebody that he could step on, because James Cameron was an unproven director. He'd never had a project like that. So, he was like, he won't get in my way.
Lance Henriksen said this was the worst time of his life making this movie. And they didn't have a budget for his uniform. So he bought a waiter's outfit for $75 and found some badges and then hand carved a gun handle. So it looked like he actually had a gun. They didn't even give him a gun to play the harbor officer. So, yeah.
It's very laid back there, man.
Cameron also said the producer wouldn't take his name off the picture because contractually they weren't allowed to deliver it with an Italian name, which I'm insulted as an Italian film lover and as an Italian. Yeah. I'm double insulted by that.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
People did that all the time. Like all those Euro horror films, like the Paul Naschy movies, they all had Americanized names. The people that weren't even in the movie.
John just Old listed, Jr.
Yeah. It's just like totally made up names.
Oh. But hey, this played theaters. This is a movie that I remember it playing on cable a lot. So this is not a lost movie like usually. This is one of the bigger movies, I guess, we played. More well-known movies we played.
That really blows my mind because obviously, like, this was not as big of a hit as Piranha, the first film. And it's just kind of strange that this movie was actually a sequel to a very popular movie, and yet for many, many years it was just totally sort of hiding.
Yeah, and like it came out way after Piranha. So people, it's like one of those sequels you're like, what, they're doing a sequel? Like,
Yeah.
and here it is, and it's out.
Yeah, it was filmed in 1981. I think it was ready to go in 1981, but nobody would release it or something. And it came out in the UK first in 1982. And by the time it played in the States, it was already 1983, and Piranha was like, what, 5 years old at that point? 6 years old?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? But then I love whenever that happens. I've been finding a lot of obviously drive-in movies this week because I'm doing something weird movies where it's like, yeah, this was done in like 66, but didn't come out till like 71 because nobody wanted it. And then they said, well, we could put this in a double feature. It's just like, it's always wild to me when that happens. And then like you have to pretend that it's a new movie.
Yeah.
You know who I love that there are sea bandits in this movie. Jai and Loretta, that like they're just docking at the vacation spot to steal food and get back into the ocean again.
It's got depth.
Yeah. It also Carola Davis, who plays Jai, is one of the few people to ever pose both for Playboy and Penthouse, and her life's pretty interesting. She's Roxy Shield from Mannequin. She wrote the song "Serious Money" that was the theme song for BET's Rap City, and she co-wrote "Slow Love" with Prince. How wild's that? And she's in Piranha too. Like, what a lot! You people are like, you know, I'm just
what couldn't
bored.
She do?
She was never bored. Do you know what I mean? Like, she was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's make life happen.
She was following Vanity's lead.
Yeah,
like from Terror Train in 1980 to Vanity 3 in 1983.
Yeah,
Carol
exactly.
Davis was.
She was trying, right? Did you? The other thing about this movie that I learned about Piranha you can tell me if it's true or not true. They can hide inside dead bodies. Like they're smart enough to just hide inside them.
Can we talk about that for a minute? How intelligent these fucking things are. I mean, it's like, not only do they breathe air, apparently, which would it be? I thought about this when I watched this movie again this week in preparation for the show. I was like, is the fish breathing air in there? Because there's no air inside the body, but yet there's no water either. So how is this thing alive?
Is it kind of like the third Creature from the Black Lagoon movie where they somehow reverse engineered his gills into lungs? And you're just supposed to be like, oh, well, science. That's the whole explanation for that. Yeah, science. That, and then I like everything can be described like, well, they made him the perfect predator, so they can do anything. And you're like, I'm surprised they're not calling people on the phone at this point and trying to get them to come outside. They're land sharking people while they're sitting around.
Now they have like a Nigerian scam going. Like they're like, we're done with this like eating people business. Like we're gonna actually like start scamming people, and then we'll pay for our human meals.
Yeah. Also, Annie has a new love interest. It's Steve Marchuk from Eyes of Where Mars, Tyler Sherman. He's a marine biologist, and like she's a diving instructor, but she was also a marine biologist once. Like, how do you go from like, I'm a marine biologist, but I really just want to teach people at this tourist trap how to dive, and don't swim inside those old wrecks because there's piranha inside them.
Yeah.
What her character arc before this movie is like, do you think her parents are mad? They're like, we paid for you to go to marine biology classes. Like, do you know what I mean? We paid for like 6 years of college. And you're a diving instructor making like $12 or well, whatever. Back then, probably like $8 an hour. And I guess that marriage didn't work out with the harbor officer. He just breaks into your house while you're making love to your new boyfriend and throws your credit cards at you.
Some people need some time to find themselves, Sam.
Maybe that's what she's doing. This is a movie about finding yourself, but flying fish will always get in the way.
That's the journey at the heart of Piranha 2.
Yeah.
Her character.
She does something in this movie though that nobody in any Jaws ripoff does. She's like, all dives are canceled, right? Like that's exactly what you should do. And then her manager's like, you're fired. And so she's like, you know what? How do I get my job back? I'm going to capture a flying piranha and show him. And like, no, get the fuck out. Like honestly, like don't mess with these piranha. Don't touch them. Like.
Yeah, like why wouldn't you just leave?
Yeah. And also here's where the weird
she had no roots there.
No, and then here's where the coincidences of a movie happen. Her new boyfriend's like, I have a secret to tell you. Spoiler warning. I have a secret to tell you. I am a biochemist and I developed these fish that are now ruining your life. And I've made the ultimate weapon, a genetically modified killer fish. And
No one's ever responsible for things like that. I'm so glad you brought that up.
yeah, it's like, but here's the thing. So flying piranha are the greatest weapon. But like, what if we go to war in the Middle East or like a freezing country? Like, what do we do? Just throw these fish out of plane? And we're like, well, didn't work. There's no water.
Yeah.
Or, well, maybe we don't need water. Maybe they could just fly around.
Yeah. What are the rules about
Yeah.
keeping these things? Like, would you have to keep them in cages like birds, or
Also,
I have
like,
questions.
they want to eat. That's all they want, right? They want to eat.
Yeah,
And
sure.
they'll even eat themselves. Like, they don't care if they run out of food. But it's like, whose plan was this? Like, what Pentagon person was like, they're sitting in a room like, should we invent a bigger nuke? Like, and one guy in the back room's like, I think we should do flying fish. And they're like, wait, who said that? And then they're like, come up here. And he's like, no, I was just making a joke. No, tell us. And he's like, piranha with wings. And they like attack cities. And they're like, oh, it's so crazy. It just might work. So yeah, that's how it happens.
It's a true story. I told you at the beginning of the broadcast.
Yeah.
This actually happened. And it could happen again. It's a warning.
My favorite part of this movie, Bill, is that the guy who runs the resort, Raul, is like, I know that a lot of people will be getting killed by piranha, but there's a lot of singles here. What if we have a grunion catching party at midnight? At midnight, and everybody come out. Maybe you'll get laid, and then they're like, "Here they come."
It could happen. These kinds of things happen at resorts. Remember the people that got stuck on the cruise ship?
Oh, yeah,
that's pretty awful.
Oh, the other thing in this movie that I learned, we should just do a list of all untrue things, like how Joe Bob does his like facts, like of deaths and stuff like that, number of deaths, untrue things you'll learn. Piranha are afraid of daylight. Huh? Like, how do they make this ultimate weapon and that isn't the thing that they got in the DNA and fixed? Right? They're like, well, I guess we got to drop them off at midnight.
Yeah. This is true, Thomas Ellison. I mean, what good would it be?
If you want to do first film. If Hawaii breaks away from the Union and we got to do another Pearl Harbor, like around 3 a.m, we're gonna drop off some piranha, some flying piranha.
We can't just work it out with them somehow. We're gonna send flying piranha to destroy them.
Yeah.
Oh
my God.
Anyway, yeah, here we go. Let's look at some ads from the UK. South America.
Oh wow!
No,
this is a great double feature here. Because I love the second movie because they're like, Chuck Norris can no longer fight human beings. Like, he's sidekicked every human being. What if he fights an unstoppable terror? Yes, let's do it. And piranha.
Yeah, there was a strange connection between Chuck Norris and Piranha 2, as we will see in a couple of these pairings.
Oh, look at this ad. Oh,
it was all over London.
All over London. In the future, some of the future Canon theaters. The Scene is a great movie theater name, though, don't you think, Bill's like, we're gonna go to the Scene. And you're like, yeah, that sounds classy.
What's playing at the Scene?
Yeah. Let's go meet at the Arrows. Like, Oh man, they bred the most deadly killing machine, Bill. Who are they? Will we find out? No.
Well, yeah,
maybe
it's not even relevant in this film. I don't think.
This caption is just mean. I hate when captions are like this. They're like, ha ha. Like, no, we don't need you to do that.
I thought it was funny.
It's funny, but it's very like snarky, I guess.
Well, of course, this did not get good notices.
No. We made these piranha so intelligent and deadly that they can read the script. That's how deadly they are.
In fact, here's James Cameron's first bad review.
Oh, poor James. It's like
Directed by.
he'll never make a good movie ever.
I
That's what
know.
they said. He'll never do it.
He's not going to work again.
No, you're dead in this town. This ad is amazing, Bill.
It's from Australia.
But good guys wear black. This is, man. The plus is gorgeous in this ad. I know that your eyes probably went to the plus, that little circle, but
my eyes did go there, and I'm going to use it.
I love this ad. This is great. I like how, like, the piranha look just kind of like they're going meh when they come out of the water. Like they look very upset.
They're mean.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit.
Mm-mm.
I love their wings.
Yeah.
I love these things. I thought it was really stupid the first time and it is stupid, but
yeah,
it's really cool too.
But think about it. If you were sitting in your house right now and you heard one of them fly into your window, you'd be like, "Oh, is that a bird? Oh my God, it's a flying piranha." Yeah, you'd be scared shitless. Like
I would. Yeah.
Their wings are bigger than their bodies. Like, look how big their wingspan is. They're like butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't catch them in a net because they'll eat through it.
I mean, technically a grunion cannot fly for that long.
A grunion.
It's not. Isn't that what they bred them with?
Yeah,
with the wings.
Yeah.
But of course, they made them better than an actual thing. Look, this is from Panama.
Oh, mañana for this historia de horror que sucedió en el Caribe. Yamia co sobrevivente vera de aga. Yeah, it's not safe to get. It's dangerous even out of the water. Oh,
that's a beautiful thing.
Bien, bien, bien.
We haven't even gotten to the United States yet. This is still 1982.
We're still swimming in foreign waters at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're about to.
It's like the killer bees starting in Mexico and gradually making their way up through Texas.
They're getting closer and closer.
I love this ad because it doesn't, one, you don't see them swimming. So it takes away like perhaps the most amazing part of the movie. But it's like it started as a vacation and then it got wacky.
Her panties change in almost, her bikini.
Yeah, they get like longer, panties. And sometimes it's short, sometimes it's bikini.
Yeah, like seriously, there's one with a cartoon bikini bum on her because you can see so much of her behind.
Yeah,
there we go.
There it is. Yeah.
See, they gave her a different cut in this one.
Do you like that the piranha are all just kind of being gross guys? They're like, you see the ass on that one? Like,
yeah, they haven't bitten her yet.
Like they would bite her instantly, but they're like, no, we're all just going to gather around and be sexist assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Way to go, guys.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Look, it was at the drive-in with the original.
Oh.
This is from Fort Lauderdale, of course. Because everything beautiful like this is from Fort Lauderdale.
Bill, who put Please Don't Answer the Phone and 10 to Midnight together because I want to meet them.
Yeah. Wow. That's starting to get me excited.
And Sword and a Sorcerer and Beyond the Door 2 is, aka Shock, is really great programming. That's some amazing stuff. And Madman and the Incubus, come on.
Oh, I just noticed Beyond the Door 2.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. With Sword and the Sorcerer. Two movies from completely different genres. And they're like, yeah, screw it. We'll do it.
That would be great. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That double feature. I mean, like a surprise.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting Beyond the Door 2.
No. And you're like, my God, a Mario Bava movie? What?
Yeah. And hopefully you didn't see the trailer because it would have given away the biggest shock in the movie.
Yeah. 48 Hours on Wrath of Khan's like that's like the family one. Families are going to see that one, right? Like that takes out the kids. So like if you go to any of these other screens, you're going to see something good. And well, maybe the kids will come to screens 3 and 4 for the adult movies. I don't know, but like all the rest of these are wild. Like 10 to Midnight and Don't Answer the Phone. I mean, come on, like that's That's a big idea to get used to.
That is, oh my God. Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that. And Madman and the Incubus.
Oh my God. I love it.
I'm sorry, you probably already said that, but
No, it's good. And I didn't even mention the blaxploitation double feature with Detroit 9000 as the second
yeah,
feature.
I was going to ask you what that was.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
Yeah. That's man. This is the Thunderbird. Yeah. These ads are always good. And then, if you stay awake long enough, you get to go to the swap shop in the morning.
The swap shop.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Do you think they let you sleep there?
Man, can you imagine?
I don't think they did.
No, they probably like jostled everybody out. Like, come on, we're gonna get the swap shop ready. And dude, we did the what's the flea market that's out on 79? I can't remember the name of it is. We did it a couple.
I don't know.
The one that's the big one that's out by by Bridgeville. What's that one called?
Oh, the Dependable.
No, the flea market that's out there.
Oh,
I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, we did it one time, and like you have to be there at 5 a.m. for the swap to set up your table, and people come with headlamps to your table and just start going through your stuff even before you set up. It was like literally being in a zombie movie, and I was like, "We're setting up the booth," and they're like, "Well, we just want to look through your stuff," and it's like, "No,
it's so creepy.
It's super creepy." I love this little ad. I love that little
it's
icon.
Cute, isn't it?
Yeah, he doesn't have wings though. He's like, I'm just one of the regular ones. Wait till you see my friends.
I think it's real cute.
He's super cute. He looks happy. Like he looks like as friendly as they're gonna get. That's him.
Yeah, I don't know if you have much to fear from this guy. And plus that's totally not from Piranha 2, but whatever.
Screw it, right? Ooh.
Yeah.
What creature is that? Like, I don't even know is it like an alligator of some sort? It's like.
Well, at first it looked like Parasite.
Yeah, definitely Parasite. Yeah.
But as I looked at the ad for Flying Killers, I realized that is actually the face of the piranha from Flying Killers, just like sort of cut out. So. Man. And which I totally respect.
You know what I love? All these other ads are like really set you up for something, right? Like it started out as a vacation. Okay. Nick Nolte's a cop. Eddie Murphy's a convict. Tell me more. And then Richard Pryor keeps getting caught with his pants down. Okay.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Really uncomfortable.
Yeah. Kids under 12 are free to see Richard Pryor get his pants falling down for an hour and a half. This ad is like, this is a classy one of it, though, Bill. This one's like,
Well, this has the skimpiest bikini of all.
Yeah, exactly.
That's practically dental floss.
They tried to go with a classier, like painting kind of look in this one. They printed it nice, and then you're like,
oh, it is classy.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But it's, I'm sure there are a lot of boys that clip this one.
I clipped it, but not for that reason.
Yeah. Oh, Bill, this is a Bill double feature right here.
Yeah, I almost fainted when I saw this.
Oh my God. If we hadn't shown Mausoleum before, probably this would have been the double feature because wow.
By the way, I did look for a real double feature of Piranha 2 and Tentacles. I couldn't find one.
Oh, shocking, right? You would think they would put them together.
Well, we did.
Yeah.
But this is another good time to mention that this movie was marketed just as The Spawning. And here you go. It's the same ad, just it's called The Spawning. And they erased the connection to Piranha. And this was usually, in some markets, I found them doing this, like the first week it was The Spawning. And then when no one went, they re-added Piranha 2. Here's from Pittsburgh.
Did you see what was playing as the second feature on that one, Bill?
Oh, no.
Blood Beach.
Oh, Blood Beach, yes.
Yes. I like that they're like the razor-jawed piranha have arrived to feed. I would think this was a piranha ripoff from this ad, right?
Well, yeah, you'd be correct.
Yeah. Let's see Pittsburgh though. What's going on in Pittsburgh? Well, now they like Piranha 2 the spawning.
Yeah, this was sorry. I got these backwards.
Oh,
There. This is the first ad in Pittsburgh
yeah,
when it was the spawning.
yeah.
And then the second week it became Piranha 2. And
They
the spawning,
four wall these theaters and like this is like a Sun Classic strategy. Like last exciting week.
yeah.
Oh,
And
man.
then I did clip this drive-in thing, which is teeny tiny little printing. I'm sorry, I forgot to
I see
cut it.
I see Frightmare playing at the Blue Dell, so I do see that. And Lone Wolf McQuaid. I see Skin Deep playing at the Dependable and Taboo. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Tootsie and Spring Break. Bill, you probably would go to that. And you do love. You would skip the Greater Pittsburgh because there's a Three Stooges playing with Tootsie, and you'd be like, no, I don't want that.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want to go see that.
What about Flashdance in Greece? What about that?
Oh wow, yeah. Holy stylized Travolta flash dance, gorgeous. I don't know. I wouldn't go to that one.
How about Blue Jeans was playing at the Maple? Isn't that an Italian movie? I think it is. Wow.
It's porn.
Yeah. And Blue Thunder with Spring Break. Spring Break was playing with a lot of movies. They wanted people to see it.
Ecstasy Girls at the Miracle Mile.
Oh
yeah. See, the other one that it was playing with was it was with Frightmare, but then it was with Curse of the Living Dead.
Wow.
Which could be Don't Go Near the Park.
Yeah, it could be.
Which it probably was at this point, because Don't Go Near the Park was already, I think, old news.
Amazing.
Yeah, so sorry I kept that so.
Oh no, it's
so totally microscopic.
I'm very excited for it. I'm spawning over here. I just spawned.
Yeah, save it for right now, Sam.
Oh my god, what a double feature this is.
Yeah, I don't think it's a double feature. I think they were just both at the same multiplex.
I love that. I get that they put Christopher George in the ad, right? But like Paul Smith, and people are like, oh yeah, he's Bluto. Outside of like you and me, would anybody be like Paul Smith and be that excited? I don't know, but
I would be very excited.
Oh my god,
Pieces is probably my favorite role of his.
This also is a shit talking ad, right? Like it's meaner
than Jaws, yeah.
And then they also threw in their own line, like it started as a vacation and ended a bloodbath. And no, you haven't shown another ad that has that. I think this theater is like, we can't leave them hanging with these ellipses. We got to take it home.
Yeah, they just kind of like really ran with that ad, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
This is also the mini.
It started as a vacation. Did you see the butt cheeks on that girl? Why is she even wearing that? That's what that fish is saying.
It ended when they bit her bum.
There is something for everybody playing at the Village Cinemas, Bill. I mean, you could go see Smurfs and the Magic Flute or The Big Chill. Like these are like or accidentally walk into the wrong theater and see Pieces. Like isn't that crazy that like Smurfs was playing like one theater over from Pieces?
It's amazing. And I hope they heard the screams.
Another science fact. I don't think piranha spawn like salmon. I don't know. I know they're born, but like there's not like a piranha spawning event like happens.
Well, no, that's because they're not really piranha anymore.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like, they've got this other part of their life cycle that's been spliced in. More cartoon bikini.
Yeah. Oh, this one. This one they totally. I think they drew it in for modesty, but they're like, the artist was like, "Can I put a butt crack in it?" And then like,
at least can I make it tight?
Yeah, can I make it tight? And like, you know what? Make it white so we know that she's covered up. And he's like, "Cool." And then put in the butt crack.
That's just crazy.
Yeah. Oh man, these artists, what are they thinking?
The Kon-Tiki was pretty fabulous.
Oh yeah.
I remember when I did that series, there was so much good shit that played there. Like all the slashers with the Kon-Tiki,
Oh,
all the really sleazy stuff,
yeah, I love
like
it.
Piranha 2.
Yeah.
Is this sleazy? Do you think this is kind of like a?
And there's some sleazy moments. It feels maybe not as, sleazy as it could be.
I don't know. It's good. I mean, like, the budget isn't. It's low, but it's not. Somebody cared that they were making this part of the Piranha franchise.
If we're to compare the two movies from the same producer tonight, the second movie is much classier. It's got the classiest cast of any movie we may have ever shown, outside of The Visitor. But like it's a very similar cast to The Visitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think that they were made at the same time, back to back, as part of an odyssey.
Yeah. Wow. Oh.
Look, there's lots of good stuff at the other theaters too.
I know.
Christmas Story.
Revenge of the Ninja, I love. So yes, it's out for you. They came up with their own title for the ads over here. Like, come on, Space Raiders. When my hometown movie theater burned down, A Christmas Story was the last movie playing there, and the marquee remained up like as the rest of the building was burned around it. So for like 4 years, it said now playing A Christmas Story, and it just made me. And that was when A Christmas Story was a failure pre, its cable run. So I'm like, oh, I can't believe the theater went out with
Bob
that.
Clark.
Yeah, I know, but it became successful later. He did fine. Educating Rita is just sneaking in.
She's like, what about me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Look up from that bikini. Look at me.
Do you like that bikini or do you like me? My eyes are up here. I'm educating Rita.
I remember seeing ads for this in the paper. I really wanted to go see it, of course.
Yeah. This ad looks more like, if I'm looking at this ad, it looks less like a bikini and more like tan lines in this ad, which is probably why some puritanical people said, will you please white out that butt and draw over it with a marker?
She goes shopping for swimwear with the Aretta Gay from Zombie 2.
Oh, man. Back to classy. Second hit week.
Yeah. It's a bona fide hit.
Mm-hmm. Started as Vacation, ended up a bloodbath. Oh, wait, no, that's just one place.
It ended up a Key Party.
Yeah. This
Terrifying
one tells you, this one is and Kill and Kill Again, which is a great, insane double feature. South African martial arts madness with Piranha 2, the terrifying sequel. They should have called it Piranha 2, the terrifying sequel, because then it's like, oh, but I didn't know it was a sequel until you told me it was.
They're like, oh, I don't remember.
Now,
Piranha.
if this was The Spawning, the terrifying sequel, but then you'd say sequel to what? I wish this ad had a area code, because I would call whatever number it was right now on the air and be like, what time does Piranha 2 start? And they'd be like, what?
I seem to remember there was, I used to do that too. I used to call all the theaters just to hear them say the title of the movie. But some of them had pre-recorded messages.
Yeah, exactly. And like
it was like an answering machine. Basically.
I can still hear the one for Beaver Valley Cinemas at GB Plaza. Like they had a whole run up and it had like a little horn fanfare, and then they would say now playing, and like I couldn't wait till the end of it because I wanted to hear somebody say the names of the horror movies, and I would get so excited.
They would sometimes read a little bit of the tagline too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if there were only a couple movies, back then, it was rare. So at least when I was calling, that would have been like the late 70s.
There's a comedian, Neil Hamburger, that did an album of prank phone calls, and there's one where how they had Movie Phone that would tell you all about what movies are playing. He would call people.
Carney.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. He would call people. Neil Hamburger would call people his Movie Phone and he would only talk about one of the movies. And just I remember the thing is like, and starring Shelley Long as the Riddler. And it would just, and they'd be like, I don't want to hear about this. And he goes, our next movie is, and then it would just keep going. And like he would try to keep people on the phone as long as he can. It's amazing.
Why doesn't anyone like that call me?
Oh, I would love it. I've been getting a lot of calls where people ask me who's in charge of the electric bill for my house. I don't know if you get these calls yet.
Oh, I hate those people. Oh my God. They're so irritating.
I got one the other day, and my new tactic has been, well, we live in the woods and we're off the grid and we don't have electricity. And like normally people just get flummoxed and hang up. This lady got really upset the other day and she said, well, then how do you have a cell phone? And I said, I have a solar panel. And she went, and hung up.
Oh my God. That is awesome. I wish I could think of things like that to say. I just hang up on them.
Oh, all the
it's
time.
Just really irritating. Don't call me and try and sell me shit like that. I know that's a trap. It happened to everybody in, I think it was in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when the people that had signed on for that, like, oh, it's cheap electricity, and then all of a sudden, like, their electric bill was $700, and they're like, oh, we raised the rate.
One of my brother's friends was selling like green energy, this thing, and he would always try to sell us on it. And I remember one night he wouldn't stop talking about it. And we all took out $20 and gave it to him. Like, this is what your commission is. Shut the fuck up. We don't want to talk about our electric bill. And like, here, just take it. You made your money. Like you've done your work.
That's assertive. I like that.
By the way, if people would like to see where Bill and I grew up or live, I should say, the new Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, Bill, has a Pittsburgh story in it. I don't know if you know this or not, about a human head found in Economy Borough.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So close to, it's not that far from where you're at. It's just up 65 a little bit. And they don't know whose head it is. They still haven't figured it out. They don't know who put it there. They don't know if somebody killed her. They don't know if a satanic group from Fayette County may have taken the head. And then also they go to Pizza Joe's in Beaver, which I have eaten from many times. I was freaking out. Like, I could not believe that Unsolved Mysteries would come pretty much to where I grew up. It was pretty awesome. So
I was just there a couple of days ago at some family who live in Ambridge. And they were telling me about that.
About the head?
About the head, yeah, because it was right where it had happened.
Well, the head is buried in Beaver now. And my wife said, because we're going home to see my mom tomorrow, she's like, we're going to stop in Beaver and we're going to go see the head. And I was like, I don't want to go see the head. Like, that's weird. I said, do you know how many maniacs are going to be there? She's like, yes, like me. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're going to go see the head.
That's the reason you're going.
Yeah. It's like, what am I supposed to say when I'm there? You know how many graves are in a cemetery? And I'm going to be like, hey, where's the head at? The Jane Doe head. And that,
can you point me in the direction?
And there, you know, whoever is working there is like, God, how many crazy women and their beleaguered husbands are coming here to look at the head? Well, I'll be the next.
Hey, you want to do the drink segment?
I would, yeah.
I think we should.
I would love to.
All right.
Super afraid of getting eaten by a piranha. Where would I find one? Where would one come get me?
There's one in our living room.
Yeah, there's a dog piranha. This is the flying piranha from Piranha II, the spawning. Piranha don't spawn. They don't fly either. Who cares? Here's the drink. Got an ounce apricot brandy, an ounce of rum, 2 ounces orange juice, 2 ounces pineapple juice, an ounce of lime juice, and an ounce of strawberry syrup, which we bought twice. So look for our strawberry flavored drinks coming up on the show.
No more green.
No more green.
A lot of red drink.
There's blood in the water now. So we're going to put the alcohols, the syrup, the lime juice, and now the juices. Very tropical drink. You can always put the strawberry in later if you want to do like blood in the water effects. But seeing the shark drink, this is a piranha drink. Yeah.
That seal is tight.
Very nice. There you go. You got your flying piranha. Pazuzu. Oh, it's a nice sip and drink. It's very tropical. You don't even know. You're in Italy and the fish are flying at you. James Cameron, director. Well, enjoy the movie. Enjoy the drink. Pazuzu.
Pazuzu.
I got the drink here. I saved it from making the video.
I love your presentation.
Yeah.
What is that? A water bottle?
Yeah, it's I have a bunch of these for drinking my water during the day. So after I make the drinks.
That's how you sneak it in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just my water bottle.
Yeah, I'm just drinking water. So yeah.
So, how about that Piranha II?
How about that Piranha 2? I'm super excited for this movie. Mike, you should probably start drinking for. I'm not to tell somebody what to do, but I would recommend both these movies are a lot better with a little bit extra. Just saying.
Yeah.
Right. But they're still great. I love your shirt, by the way, Bill. You got me a gray one. Yeah, I love that shirt. So
I save it for special occasions.
I am wearing my Welcome to Spring Break, aka Nightmare Beach shirt. I wore this once in a meeting with someone important at work, and they're like, "Oh, I love your Star Wars shirt." And I'm like, God, "Do I want to correct him and explain Nightmare Beach to him?" And I was like, "I won't." But I'm like, maybe he's testing me.
Bill Green, you're our kind of people.
Yeah, I been working on the basement from 8:15 this morning until about 6 o'clock today, Bill. And let me tell you, I am doing stuff I never dreamed I would do. I actually have a gun that shoots nails now. Not a nail gun. This is one that you load 22 bullets into, and it shoots nails through concrete. And it's like shooting a gun. It's crazy.
That's terrifying.
It is. We built 2 closets and 2 walls today downstairs. So it's all happening. And it freaks me out. My wife woke me up at 7:30 and said, "He's going to be here in a little bit." And I said, "I don't care." And, she said, "Well, you got to wake up." So I literally woke up just as her cousin arrived. So, but we're getting close, Bill. I cannot wait until the basement's done doing the show from the basement. It's going to be all lit up and pretty. We forgot to ask, has anyone not seen Piranha 2 before we get into this?
Yeah.
Let us know. And also, don't forget, the September Monsterama tickets are on sale. I got my tickets
That's
already.
right.
I got my
We
tickets.
have the trailer. We're going to show it on the second intro back. So when you come back after Piranha 2, the new official trailer, it's already up on their page if you want to see it.
Daryl, the basement is up to code. We actually are working with a real electrician, and so everything is up to code. So get ready. I'm putting studs every 16 inches and also boards. Waka down there. But yeah, I'm just starting. It's like Christmas. I'm just starting to get excited for the September driving. But then Becca said to me last night, she said, "Hey, I bought the tickets." And then I just gave in to the excitement. And I was like, oh my God, I can't wait.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we really haven't talked that much about it. I mean, between ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We've mentioned it on the show, but I mean, opera on the big screen.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking amazing.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. I was gonna say, oh, it'll be like a cool fall night. No, it's gonna be like a hot, rainy fall night. But I don't care. I'm so excited about everything that's playing this year, and I can't wait. It's gonna be opera at the drive-in. Come on, when that scene in the end happens, it's gonna be magical.
Yeah, I've been waiting a long time to see opera big screen. I don't know why. Like I think I may have even had the opportunity to. Have you ever seen it on a big screen?
No, I have not. I wanted to have the Terror at the Opera title card. That's my dream.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Yeah. I can't even comprehend. So I'm super excited about it. I'm excited about all of them, but also like we always talk about, the communal experience, everybody come together is really
Yeah.
the most fun part. So that's what I'm super excited about, and just getting everybody there together. So we do have a couple Piranha 2 versions. You're about to spawn by yourself.
Yeah.
Bring around the family, let them spawn with you and watch
Wow.
this. Yeah.
There are a lot of first timers here.
Yeah.
So yeah, like clear your minds
Yeah.
about what to expect from Piranha 2, because
Yeah.
it's really kind of it's way out there.
It's its own bag, right? It's like,
Yeah.
they're like, should we have any tie to the original? No, none at all.
Yeah, there's no real connection, although they sort of like, that's what confused me the most when I was a kid. I was like, wait a minute, at the end of the first movie they got into the ocean, so I couldn't just divorce myself from the first film.
Yeah,
that was a problem.
Yeah. David said, can we please do Don't Answer the Phone and 10 to Midnight on the show to recreate that ad?
Oh God, that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I love 10 to Midnight. There's a fake Charles Bronson, right? Charles Bronzy. He's from
Yes.
So there's a new movie called 12 to Midnight coming out that is his cover version of 10 to Midnight. I don't think there's a movie coming out this year I'm more excited about, Bill. I'm like, when is this happening? Outside of Mutilator 2, I mean, of course, I'm excited about that. But we'll see. 10 to Midnight and Vice Squad. Oh, we've shown Vice Squad, but that would be a great one.
Yeah.
Angel 2 and 10 to Midnight. Oh, also, Bill, last thing for a movie, I promise. I watched a movie called Fire this week, which is a movie about a girl on the streets. She's like a farm girl, and she gets attacked back home, and her family kicks her out. Oh no, her whole family dies. Like they die. They're all laughing at a joke, and they drive their car off the road. I'm laughing at it, but it's hilarious. And so she goes out to LA, and I'm like, man, this is a lot like Angel. Guess what? Angel's in it. She plays a younger prostitute that has a stage dance with her. I lost my mind. It's not in the same universe. It's not as cool as Angel. But it played on the CBS late movie, and I'm like, it did?
Wow.
Like, how much did they cut out of this movie? A good 45 minutes to make way for the commercials.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. Vivi. Has she seen Piranha 2 yet? She watched it with you already this week, huh?
Oh, yeah. She's been there.
Yeah.
She didn't appreciate it.
Oh. Cubby's never seen it, which I'm afraid
Something
to show
more
it
hungry than she is.
Yeah.
She can't believe in it.
I'm afraid to show it to Cubby because he's going to learn how to fly around the room and bite me.
Listen to her. She's panting right into the microphone now.
But she's the sweetest.
She is.
I love her.
All right. The link to Piranha 2 is on the Groovy Doom Facebook page. It's streaming free on YouTube. And I don't know. I don't think it's on Tubi.
No,
I think
it
I
is
checked
not.
there.
It was for a while because I think Shout Factory had it for a while, but you know how these rights packages go. Like it's
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. We'll come back after. Lots more to say about Piranha 2, the spawning. I mean, Piranha 2 flying killers.
Or just the spawning.
Yeah.